Hi, I'm Heather Moore, and this is the Cable News Roundup for June 19th. I'll start with Fox News and the O'Reilly Factor. So, O'Reilly talks about the shooting in Charleston, and Hillary Clinton said people should speak out against racism in our country, and she cites when Donald Trump was racist against Mexicans in a speech earlier this week. O'Reilly brushes over that and says that all Trump wanted to do was stop illegal immigration and build a wall. And the situation Clinton was referring to was when Trump said, and I quote, "When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're sending people that have a lot of problems. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists." And so O'Reilly completely brushes that over, and it's really distasteful. Then he says white supremacy doesn't exist. Two convicted murderers escaped from a prison in upstate New York, and they're still not caught. Then he has a segment about how black people should not fear for their lives. On the Kelly File, Megyn Kelly wasn't on, and the whole show was really just all over the place. But the big points were that in the case of Charleston, we should focus on just the victims and disregard the debate on racism, and that no gun law would have prevented this tragedy. There's simply nothing to be done. And a South Carolina lawmaker said that the shooter learned messages of hate specifically from Fox News, which obviously the show says that's unfair. It's an unfair statement. On Hannity, he talks about the Charleston terrorist shooting, and he talks about whether or not the shooter should get the death penalty. Somehow the segment gets on the fact that Jesus interacted with Satan, and if Satan isn't real, then Jesus was a paranoid schizophrenic. One guest said that evil leads to mental illness, and the panel agreed. It got real weird. It got real weird. Switching over to MSNBC, All In with Chris Hayes. The Charleston shooter has gone to court. There's a new bill to remove the Confederate flag from the state house in lieu of the racist attacks in South Carolina, and they talk about the nation needing more gun control. On the Rachel Maddow Show, Assad has handed over Syria's chemical weapons, and they have been destroyed. And the Congress will finally debate the war on ISIS. There's a new movement against the Confederate flag from the South Carolina State House, and family members of the Charleston church shooting victims appeared in court at the terrorist bond hearing. The last word with Lawrence O'Donnell. Bernie Sanders is drawing a lot of support from Democrats, and maybe he gives Hillary Clinton a run for her money. So now you know.